perfect surf, perfect conditions. It is going to be a sensational conclusion to the Australian Open. Looking forward to seeing how it's all going to pan out. And we've already had two finals on this secondary rink here. Green 1 at the Broadbeach Bowls Club on Australia's Gold Coast. Perfect places for dinner. Maybe a nice little romantic evening. Nice romantic surf at the sunset, who knows? But that skyline, we're nestled in right amongst that. And what a picturesque location for a romantic day of bowls, maybe, who knows? Men's fours action at the Australian Open. The final it is. Sean Ingham, Wayne Turley, Aaron Wilson and Ali Forsyth up against Adam Wallace, Oliver Morrison, Jake Rinn and Thor Shannon. Val Febo here with you, and alongside me for a wonderful match is Matt Lucas with the most majestic beard in bowls. How are you?
I'm quite well. How are you, Val? After that intro, I was a little bit worried you might have been getting down on one knee then for a second.
Oh, look, the bromance is there. But no, I'm looking forward to this contest. It is going to be brilliant. And we've got two teams that have enjoyed a really good run to the final. And I think if you're looking at what Ali Forsyth has done, defeating the team of Indy Conlon, Tyson Cromie, Carl Healy, the defending champions, Peter Hobday and Matt Curter, that's a tough draw to get through and negotiate, and they've done so with gusto, really.
Yeah, that's a really dangerous draw. A lot of those guys, and particularly Matty Curter, really dangerous sort of back end skippers and very, very aggressive and attacking kind of player. So you've definitely got to have your wits about you when you're coming up against those kind of teams.
And if you look alternatively, the Adam Wallace, Oliver Morrison, Jake Rinn and Thor Shannon team, well, Jake Rinn wasn't actually in the side early on. It was Josh Walker-Davis. So Jake's come in, super sub. And this is his, I think, third game for the team. Came in for the quarterfinals, and all of a sudden he's here and might be 3 wins before he's an AO champion.
Yeah, it's a little gift, isn't it, really, if you're in Jakey Rinn's shoes. But, you still had to play well, and he's in some pretty good touch, Jake, at the moment, playing a fair bit of singles, and I know he took the singles into the quarterfinals. Corey got him in the quarterfinals, so he's in good touch, and yeah, I think you never look a gift horse in the mouth, do you? If somebody says you want to play in a quarterfinal of the Oz Open, I'd say, yeah, okay. Yeah,
no problems at all. Beautiful. And their run to the title. Well, Drew Hay over Drew Hay in the semi-final, 18-9. Will Emerson in the quarterfinal, 18-9. Defeated Josh Zephyr in the round of 16. Cody Marshall before that. Almost didn't get beyond the opening knockout round. It was a 14-13 win over Kerry Simpson in their opening round. So got through by just the solitary shot, but they find themselves all the way through into the gold medal playoff. And we're going to hear from both skips a little later on, but it is, when you get through that close one early on, that can really be a catalyst for you to just start to put the afterburners on.
Yeah, and these events, quite often they're similar to a lot of those big, long tournaments where you probably don't want to be peaking, in the first couple of rounds. As nice as it is to get away to a nice start and and get some wins under your belt, you really want to be sort of building into a tournament like this, especially when you're playing, upwards of sort of 8 games to make a final. You want to really be sort of hitting your peak form come finals time, and that seems to be what the guys are doing here.
It certainly is, and kitted out in blue are the Thor Shannon team, and Ali Forsyth kitted out in peach. And look, you've got Aaron Wilson in there, who's a 2-time Com Games gold medalist. He's a 2-time singles champion, 2-time pairs champion. He doesn't have a fours title yet, so this would complete the set for the man affectionately known as Disco. Wayne Turley, it's hard to believe that he doesn't have an Australian Open crown to his name. He's been around for a long time, Com Games gold medalist. Sean Ingham, national champion. Ali Forsyth does have an Australian Open title. Can you tell me what discipline that was in? Bit of trivia for you.
Oh, I reckon it might have been... Was it a fours?
No.
No.
2011, if that gives you any hint. Fours came in 2014.
Yeah, okay, triples then.
Yes,
Right.
triples in 2011. So it's been a long time between drinks for Ali Forsyth, who has done so many wonderful things in this sport, and who could forget that APL 3 final in the tiebreak where he drove the jack into the ditch at Pine Rivers, and the celebration to boot. He's a world champion.
Can celebrate, that's for sure.
Yeah, we do love Ali Forsyth when he's in full flight, that is for sure.
Yeah, it's interesting that you might know this. I know that Turles has actually played in a couple of finals though, hasn't he? He's been bridesmaid a couple of times.
Yeah, I believe there has been a few finals. I'm not sure what disciplines they've been in, but I know that he has got a couple of Australian Open silver medals, or one of them was the singles in 2021
Quite
when
right, yep.
he got all the way through, and the man who he's playing with actually beat him. The last time Aaron Sheriff didn't win the title in 2021, Aaron Wilson defeated Wayne Turley, and Disco had to go through Aaron Sheriff to get his hands on that gold medal, and his brother will have to try and go through Aaron Sheriff tomorrow.
Yeah, it's funny that Turles, I think most of these tournaments now, he's never entered them at the start of the tournament. He's generally got a call up, after the fact, and manages to sort of wrangle his way through to a final again. And here's us dreamers just dreaming along and entering as soon as the entries open, and hoping for that shot at glory, but he just sort of stumbles into it.
Well, he played with this team last year, and they went very deep in the fours. I think it was the semi-finals that they were eliminated in, and they've got good pedigree, we know that. But Thor Shannon, he has been in and around the national stage for a very long time. We've seen him at numerous Australian championships, numerous national events, so he knows what it takes at this sort of level to perform at the highest level and take victories. So can he do it again today?
Yeah, and we talk about celebrating, or talking about Ali's celebrations when he's playing well and up and about, and Thor's no different. He'll be up and down the rink here. He'll be bringing in a lot of energy, and his team will feed off that as well. So I think we're in for an interesting game here. I'm actually sort of anticipating there to be a little bit of feeling in this as well. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it pans out.
So Wayne Turley and Sean Ingham give each other the high fives. I'm going to make sure I get myself ready for the two skips to get their bowls down, and we'll have a chat to them very shortly. But I really can't wait for this one to start, because the first few ends are going to be telling in who takes home this title.
Yeah, well, I did say a quick hello and a few well wishes before we came on air, and I sort of sensed a little bit of nervous energy in amongst the crew here, and which is interesting to say, because there's so much experience on the rink, and but it's not every day you get to play in a fours final, AO fours final, and I'm sure there'll be a couple of little butterflies, but once the first end starts, it'll be business, and their focus will turn quickly to the rink, and I think all the rest of it will all sort of melt away a little bit. So we're just going to watch the last couple of bowls go down from the skips here, just in the roll-up. This will be another 15-end game of fours. Respot to the tee. Crowd starting to build nicely for this one. Of course, there's another game going on, the women's singles final. Dawn Heyman and Olivia Cartwright playing in that one out on the fourth green here at Broadbeach. We're just about ready to have a chat to Thor Shannon.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. Really excited for this final.
Okay, yeah. So we're not quite ready to have a chat yet, it seems, but okay, we're on. Sorry.
We are ready to go. Perfect. We've got Thor Shannon and Ali Forsyth next to me. Really excited for this fours final. We'll start with you, Thor. A maiden Australian Open title on the line. What would it mean to you if you're able to salute today?
I was fortunate back in 2022 to have the same experience, so I was overwhelmed just to have the opportunity. Today, I'm actually not thinking about titles. I'm just thinking about I'm just stoked to be here and produce, and if it happens, it happens, really. The opposition, like it's huge. It's going to be a huge battle. It won't be easy, so we'll do our best. So, yeah, I'm not even thinking about the win, just want to play good bowls first, yeah.
Fair enough. And you have had a substitution. Jake Rinn came into the team through the quarterfinals. So how has he slotted in? He's a pretty welcome inclusion. He's a very good player, former Queensland champion of champions winner. So how has he slotted into this team?
Yeah, look, Jake, with all his experience, it was unfortunate what happened, but he took it on like a real champion does, and just respect the position. He's played his role magnificently well. So, yeah, it's a shame that Josh isn't here, but thank you for Jake to fill in.
Amazing. Go well.
Thank you so much for that.
I'll move on to Ali Forsyth, who's no stranger to a national final. You've been to a few yourself and world finals, but this is something a little bit different. You've got a triples title. What would a fours title mean?
Yeah, it meant a lot. They don't seem to come around very often. It's been quite a long time since the last crack at a Australian Open. So, they're all bloody special. And, yeah, today's going to be no different. It's going to be a huge battle, and, we know we're up for it.
You've got an abundance of quality in your team. How much does it help when you look down the other end and you've got the quality of Sean, Wayne Turley, Commonwealth Games gold medalist, and then you got Disco as well as a third for you. How much taller does that make you walk when you look down and you've got those three there?
Oh, it certainly doesn't hinder the chances. The experience is such a massive boost, I guess, to these situations where you're not overawed. It's just becomes effectively another game of bowls, and you're going out there just doing the simple things well, and hoping that the end result take care of itself.
Very nice. We'll go well.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Men's fours final about to get underway.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it, that you look down the other end and you got Disco Wilson playing three for you. It's a bit like driving a Ferrari, I think. It's a real advantage to have such a weapon like Disco playing third, and we all know he's got all the shots, and you can almost pick your shot, and he's going to be right there in the area. So, but in saying that, young Jake Rinn is certainly not afraid to play the big shots when they turn up as well. So we'll see how that battle pans out over the game. But we're away here in the fours final with Wayne Turley. His first bowl, sneaking up towards the jack, a couple of feet short. Not a bad opener. While following him down on the forehand side.
Brilliant start, Wall. Brilliant, pal.
And I've been on a couple of greens where we've been maybe 2 or 3 rinks away from where the Thor Shannon rink has been playing. The communication is always on show. They're a boisterous bunch when they get something close, and it's the same with the Ali Forsyth rink as well. Men's fours, you can feel the testosterone at times, can't you? When there's a good shot being played, there's a lot of noise coming from those rinks.
Yeah, I think, and it's definitely part of the game. Yesteryear there was maybe a little bit more reserved sort of behaviour on the green, but if you can find a little mental edge on your opponents here, and bring some energy, I think that's the key word, and provided it's all done in the right manner, and and not demonstrative or anything like that, it can be a real weapon, for your team, and sometimes you can create a little bit more perceived pressure just by having that bit more voice as well.
So here is Oliver Morrison. See what he can do with this bowl, and just going pretty quick, but he's just underneath the jack.
Looks like a little nerve settler, that one.
Well, a maiden final for a lot of them at national level. Of course, Jake Rinn has been to the national stage before, former Queensland champion of champions winner in 2021. Was on track to win that title as well at the national level, the Australian champion of champions, which was here in 2022 on this very green. and Lee Schreiner ended up getting the job done. So it was a bit difficult for Jake at the end there because Leroy just went and did what Leroy does in singles. This is better from Oliver Morrison.
That's a ripper shot, buddy. Well played. Brilliant, pal.
He's done a good job there, and I said earlier in the piece today that sometimes the big corrections are easier to make. So he's definitely made a very good correction on his first bowl.
We're locked in there, mate, so just draw the shot.
The luxury of having Aaron Wilson as your third.
Yeah, I just mentioned it's like driving a Ferrari, mate.
Yeah.
Big show in, pal.
It's yeah, he's a real weapon. You can really use whatever shot you're sort of trying to design for the head, and you know that he's just going to be right there in the area.
Because his weighted shots are so good, he can utilise that at times so that Ali might not have to.
Yep, yeah, quite right.
And then Ali can go and tidy things up when he needs to. But we know Ali's weighted shot is one of the best in the business.
Beautiful, mate. Yeah, still a blue one, you flop in.
Here is Jake Rin, singles quarterfinalist here. He's come in replacing Josh Walker-Davis.
Just a little bit of wind picking up there and sort of pushing that bowl along. It actually looked like it was on a pretty good track in. I did have a brief chat to Damien Delgado after his multi-disability singles win, and I mentioned that I said, you played fantastically well, mate, and congratulations. I said, all bar one end, really, wasn't it? And he said, yeah. He said, it was just a little bit difficult sort of going back up towards green 2 and just into the teeth of the wind a little bit. So it might have a little bit of an effect, and the green running this freely certainly has more effect if there's a bit of wind. So definitely running more freely coming back down this way the boys are playing at the moment.
Going to be a big task for Thor Shannon and his team. This is a World Championship winning lineup, Commonwealth Games gold medalist Sean Ingham's a national champion in his own right. Former Queensland state representative, 2017 Australian triples with Kevin Anderson and Ryan Bester, and then 2021 Australian pairs with Aaron Sheriff. Plays out of Broadbeach.
If you Thor Shannon here, you're probably looking at this thinking, I'm probably not going to get a better sit from the first two bowls. He's nearly drawn the shot there. You know, he could have played that with an extra 4 feet and still just sort of landed the pack and got away with a little sort of cheapy to start with, but this guy just calling him to back himself on the draw, so either side of that Thor Shannon bowl. Although any touch of it would find the blue bowl holding shot. Perhaps why he played that a little tentatively.
So we've got 1 to 10 anyway, haven't we? So I won't be late.
So looks like it's going to be a slightly weighted shot here from Thor to try and replace Sean Ingham's bowl, which is currently sitting shot. Looks like they've got 3 seconds. Backhand side for Thor. Starting to make some noise about it already. He's played it perfectly. What a shot to get going.
Well, I've got to say it at end one. Thor brought the hammer.
Wowee.
And that is a brilliant start. They've scored a 3.
I think he stayed for 4, did he? No?
3
Okay.
indicated by Wendy Clark, our ITO, who's also part of the New South Wales over 60s state team. Former South Australian, but made the move over to New South Wales. So let's see what Adam Wallace decides to do with this jack. Breeze just picking up a little bit. Temperature dropping, as it tends to do around this time of the day at Broadbeach.
Yeah, I think the green will probably start sort of changing around that 3:30 sort of mark. Depends how much cloud cover we get, but usually just start sort of pulling up a fraction. Tiff dwarf greens here on the Gold Coast mainly. Well, it's the main sort of grass that is used on the coast, and you definitely find. Well, there's an old saying, after 4, give it more. So it's about just making sure you're committing to your delivery and committing to being sort of to the jack and beyond it once that change occurs. He's made a neat little correction for his weight here. Every chance of touching the jack with that kind of weight.
Wayne Turley would desperately love to get his hands on an Australian Open gold medal. It's surprising that it's eluded him for so long.
Oh, he's been a class act for a very long time now. As long as he's still got that competitive edge, he's going to be hard to beat. Probably just sneaking past while his front bowler there.
Sean Ingham, been around the national setup for a very long time, playing at the highest level in terms of sides and Australian championships. To get through Queensland and to make your way through to an Australian championships in this state, very, very difficult.
Well, he's just negotiating his way underneath that bowl to count again. That's probably the nearest. Seeing that aggression from Ali, second end. Not afraid to pull the trigger with Sean. He knows that he's certainly got this in his repertoire. He's got a great result too.
So that jack is all the way back now. Stayed inbounds and drawing to a new line.
Sean's bowl just leaving the rink. Even though it was a toucher, it actually left out of bounds, so
it's probably a better result though, because there were a fair few down at the head.
Oh, absolutely. You might have heard Ali through the effects there saying, you know, it looked like a pretty tough sort of draw shot. You could play a good draw shot and still be down 2 or 3, so better off getting the jack while it's exposed. And Disco on the backhand. He'll do enough for the shot here, I think. There's still a bit of room left.
The only man to beat Aaron Sheriff in singles play at the AO this decade. That's how good Aaron Wilson is. And only the second ever player to successfully defend his Commonwealth Games singles gold medal. In the men's game, that is. David Bryant and Aaron Wilson. It's not bad company to be in.
Yeah, you can say that again. So we see Jake trying to get this bowl to turn underneath Disco's. He's collected it. He's probably made it a touch easier down there now, opening up that little hole. It looks like Disco's trying to negotiate that bowl as well, but he's going to get caught on it. Still manages to count. So his team holding a 2 there. It's not a...
We love Nugget. I'm sure they do.
That's a bit cute, isn't it?
Yeah. Couple of Shawningham fans, and also Alan, greenkeeper here at Broadbeach. He's manicured these greens to perfection. I asked if it was him before, and he said, well, I didn't do this one today, but I chose the direction. I'm like, so I will attribute it to you anyway.
They do a fantastic job, especially with the volume of bowls that gets played here. You know, and you know, their barefoot scene is very, very, very busy. So
it's never not busy here.
Oh, just short, half a gallop. Right, this is a real opportunity for Ali.
Yeah, to drop a 3 and then make one straight back would be huge, but Thor's last bowl of the first end was mighty.
Not sure he's quite out there high enough.
So 6 feet. So 6 feet.
Yeah, it's a good call by Jake there to just give Thor the reassurance that he can be there and touch one of those bowls or land even Disco's shot bowl. Probably needs to hit fresh air to get the shot. He's probably just underplayed that a fraction. I think Disco just said it's only the one, so he might have got second shot Thor with that. There we go. Let's see if Ellie's learnt anything from his first one. He's definitely out wider than his first. Oh, he's squeezed through the gap, but I don't think he's going to travel far enough.
No. So either way, they are going to be on the board. We'll get the adjudication from the players. And Wendy.
They're still going to measure this second one. I thought I saw Disco motion that they had won.
Might as well. It's an AO final. You're going to scrounge for everything.
Absolutely.
Even if it's the first round. Doesn't matter.
Especially if you've got eyes like mine, you want to measure everything.
It's very close. And just the one. But they're on the board, Team Peach. Things not peachy as of yet, though. They still find themselves behind. So Wayne Turley, OAM. Married to Claire Turley, former right-at-home Jackaroo and world champion. Still playing pretty well, is Claire.
Yeah. I actually played some junior bowls with Claire down in Victoria when she was Claire Duke. It's always nice to see players that sort of, end up, they start out playing the game as juniors and then a bit of life gets in the way and kids and careers and things, and then eventually they find their way back.
Yeah.
And Claire's one of those that found her way back, and I'm sure she never stopped loving the game. See, while crash into the jack there, he's slightly overweight. But, as they say in golf, 100% of short putts never go in the hole, do they? And just like here with bowls, if you're not there, you'll never touch the jack. So pretty good reply there from Turles.
Yeah, I think you said that from a lot of skips. They just want you to be up. They don't want you to be short, because all that does gets in the way.
Yeah,
there's nothing to play to.
It's about having access into the head, you know, being able to settle in and play the way you want to play, rather than trying to manufacture things all the time. While sailing past with his second there too. Probably didn't really want to get the jack with his second one. He's having a giggle about it back behind the rink there.
I like the instructions from Shannon. Just clear, concise, tells him where he wants them. Such a key to being a skip, isn't it? You've got to have those communications, and you've got to understand what's happening.
Yes, I think some of the best skippers actually, they might be able to give you a bit of a guide to where you might miss, things like that. But the best skippers really just pick out one shot. You know, yes, you can miss tight, but you're trying to get, you know, you're trying to get to that bowl, or you're trying to get to that jack, and making it a really clear focus of what you're actually trying to achieve first and foremost. If the little bit of luck comes into it, all well and good. But great encouragement again. Well, he's drawn the shot.
Oliver Morrison, that is nice. You're very pleased with that, that's for sure. Disco. Four-time AO champion. His last two have come in the pairs with Ben Twist. Was knocked out in the sectional rounds this year because of the group that he was in, that included Lee Schreiner and Ray Pearce.
Yeah.
That's a tough section. We had a couple of ripping pairs sections this year, and Aaron Sheriff and Aaron Tees, they went out as well because they were locked in a section with Jack McShane and Joey Clark.
Yeah, it's the beauty of an open draw, isn't it?
And that's what I do love. There's no seedings. Anything can happen. You can be gifted a great draw, or you can be cursed with the most difficult draw. It doesn't matter. And I think a few years ago, I think it was you and Barry Lester in the same singles section in 2022.
Right. Yep. Disco, that's a great conversion, and geez, he's got the maximum result out of that too.
If you are watching this and have your eyes away from the women's singles, it's Dawn Heyman leading Olivia Cartwright 12 shots to 5. Is this the coming of age, the dawning of a new era in bowls? Can Dawn Heyman finally win that singles title?
Well, there was a bit happened there. I'm not sure it actually made the shot much easier for Thor. Looks as though it's still only 2. I think you'll find that Ali will probably try and get the deepest bowl here. It's on the backhand, indicating to me that, yep, he's not trying to add here. He's trying to get down to the tee. He's got a little bit of work to do to get there. He's just got there. sigh of exasperation after he walked past the commentary tent there. Like it was hard work then. So I might find that this green might just be dropping in pace a little bit now. Thor, it's not going to stop Thor. It looks like he's going to play some weight at this on his forehand. Body English isn't great. Just missing under.
Collective groan from the crowd there. So you can see the gentleman with the We Love Nugget sign is just going from end to end. It's like those, it's like the fans at the footy that go and cheer for their team at the end that they're kicking to, and then they'll go up the other end and just work their steps up. But I think We Love Nugget is following Nugget around. Great to see the locals supporting the homeboy, the man that plays out of Broadbeach, Ali Forsyth, plays out of Clayton in Victoria, former Kiwi.
I think Ali's trying to land this bowl. He has.
And there's the testosterone I was talking about. And he's made 4 from it.
Hung around for 4th.
How good was that from Ali Forsyth?
Doesn't stop Thor playing any weight here. Oh, he's jammed the jack.
He's killed it, gone into the ditch. I think it's still in, but he's knocked up one of Sean Ingham's bowls. So there's still one down.
Disco's already walked off and claimed 2, but rightly so. Jake's just having a good look at this.
Yep, there it is. So, while for Shannon...
Well, he saved 2 shots, and that's, you know, that's a pretty good reduction out of that head. Would have been really nice looking at that from the mat. Couldn't imagine pretty much a 1-bowl target.
3 all after 3 in this fours final. It's been explosive to start. Ali G in the house. Or Ali F comes before Ali G. Ali G's just the Timu version.
What's your Ali G impersonation like?
My Borat's good. Ali G's not great.
In it.
I could probably do it, but I don't want to get cancelled.
Nah, we'll straighten up a little bit,
Yeah,
I think.
I'll give you the Borat later.
Just as long as you're not putting the suit on, mate, I'll be happy with that. Yeah, Walls managed to bustle his way up into the breeze there. Nice start. A pretty good reply from Wayne Turley. Lordy Lord Lord, hey? Oh, Borat.
Adam Wallace.
Well, they're 2 good shots from Walt.
He's ended up in the same spot pretty much. Nothing past though, so Thor Shannon I think will instruct Oliver Morrison just to get one behind the jack.
Sean Ingham won't be missing out, I wouldn't imagine. He's just played enough.
Crowd well and truly engaged with this match. There's a lot of people here in the stands.
Generally tell like a lot of people leaning forward. Can you notice how everyone sees it's what is it, N4, and people are sort of starting to inch closer to the edge of their seat already, intently watching.
Well, the shot making has been exemplary so far.
Yeah.
I think everyone has shown something already. All 8 of them, and we know the quality that they all possess. And Sean nuggeting him.
He's played 2 crackers.
And the line there is spectacular.
Yeah. It's just about getting your weight right here from Ollie. There's that word again. We're trying to tidy this head up and really try and make it difficult. Disco's carrying a little bit of weight here. He probably doesn't want to get the jack with that speed, but he's going to find a nice house parked in behind there.
It's the one AO title Disco doesn't have the 4s. He's got 2 singles, 2 pairs. 3 of them have come this decade.
Looks better speed here. Going to get a touch of Nuggets front bowl. Oh, he sort of opens it up a little bit. It's unfortunate if he just sort of snuck past.
They're all about to walk and then all said no.
Jake Green must have been holding onto his bowl, I think. He's hit the target and not really got a terribly favourable result there.
It's probably how it was sitting before. Just without Nuggets bowl in the way.
Yeah, it probably does give Thor a bit more of a opportunity to either try and bash all 3 of those bowls out, or pick his weight to really sort of land in behind him, land on the bowl and drop him behind the jack.
We've seen that Thor Shannon already has a very good weighted shot. And Ali Forsyth.
No change here with Ali though if he gets a little toucher. Just into the front.
Does it make the weighted shot a bit harder for Shannon?
Well, it does, and it makes it a bit more dangerous too, because if he clips the front bowl, there's a good chance that both of Wall's bowls go out of the head.
And they're the only ones that are close at the moment, so this may have to be just, do you sit on that Aaron Wilson bowl and draw it in?
Yeah, it looks like that's what Jake's saying there, I think. But I don't like much chances of playing Nostradamus with Thor. He's plays a different brand a little bit. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just his style is a little bit different.
Unpredictable.
Yeah. He's certainly playing some weight.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not a bad effort for what he was trying, but
It's going to probably be pretty hard to get all 3 bowls with that weight, and no doubt he's playing that tentatively because he knows that front volley doesn't want to get both of his bowls out of the head. Leave Ali a chance to draw for 4 or 5, you know.
Ali giving it some side eye.
Just needs to carry past. Oh, he's managed to knock that over again. 2 seconds now.
So it's only down to 1 shot.
His ball's there, that goes through. His ball's there, that goes through Jack now. It's not good, is it?
Just discussing the position down at the tee as well. I think Thor's bowl's potentially got second and might even have the shot on the tee should the jack go out of bounds.
Yeah, sure, if it goes back. Sure, no problem.
Still not sure what we decided on here.
We'll find out. Leave us guessing, Thor. I like it.
A bit more force. Oh, he's chipped the bowl out perfectly.
And 2. Executed to perfection from Thor Shannon, and they lead it 5 shots to 3 after 4 ends. It's been explosive. It's been unpredictable, and we're loving every second of it. What a final so far. Almost a third of the way through. And you can just see people creeping forward. You're right.
Yeah, and there's a few more filling in now too. Not sure how that women's singles final's going. We're just going to have a little look. We can imagine that there'll be quite a few start to stream over once that's completed.
Dawn Heyman currently leading 14 shots to 8 and holding 2 at the head. 6 up is Dawn. Looking for her maiden AO singles title, and not many people deserve it as much as she does. One of the great humans, has been the bridesmaid on a couple of occasions. Kelsey Cottrell has broken her heart. And this time it was her turn to do the heartbreaking. Can she finish it off?
Yeah, Taylor's got great speed here. Interesting toucher.
Don't you love that?
Yeah, it's definitely getting full payment for a good shot there. Sitting right on the front of it. Just turning underneath, but great speed, and that's right in the game. You know, if you're not having an impact, that's where your bowl has to finish in that scenario. Tails is just going past now. Might have been trying to sort of get something towards the tee, and he's done a good job of that, if that was the case.
What has Oliver Morrison got?
Yeah, that's a good bowl in the head there. Good second shot from Ollie. He's settling in nicely now.
Ali Forsyth's partner, Kelly McCarran, won the fours title last year on this very rink. He'll be looking to replicate that. Thor likes it.
Super shot. He hasn't got the shot, but he's just made things so much easier for the guys coming behind him now.
Thor knew it straight away too, didn't he?
Yeah. Nuggets already turned his back on that one. Little malfunction, I think. Rin just half a gallop short there. Splits up a couple of bowls behind there, Disco.
And he's got it.
Jake Rin.
Extremely good shot there. The shot making from all of them so far has been brilliant. this final living up to everything.
This guy not to be denied here. He's got it solid and dropped in behind the jack.
Should we expect
2.
anything less?
Just plays that 8 feet so well. And he had a lot of options really. He could have got the jack or land the bowl, and he plays it with such precision that weight that his bowl ends up not just counting. His bowl ends up absolutely the shot and a real difficult bowl to get off.
He is so impressive, is Aaron Wilson.
Jake actually, with his second bowl, even though he got the shot, he managed to turn Disco's bowl up to the tee. So it's a double whammy now that Disco's landed his bowl, and he's got the tee.
It's right on too.
Yeah. Thought definitely looking for a trail of the jack here. He's just fallen underneath that second shot. I think Ali will be covering off this little pocket of blue disc bowls. Basically trying to fall inside of Walls.
Plays for the New Zealand Blackjacksters, Ali Forsyth, but he's one that everyone in Australia that knows bowls knows about. Great fella. He's been around the traps for a long time. Thoroughly deserves another Australian Open title should he get one.
He's down a nice line, but I'm not sure he's going to quite have to wait to get to exactly where he wants to get to.
Probably need another metre.
Yeah, he'd have settled for a metre there for sure. Even a couple of feet just to get past Thor's last bowl, I think, was the call. Well, he hasn't disappointed so far, Thor. He's looking for a 4-foot trail here on his forehand. Looks like he wants it to turn. Yeah.
So they're holding probably say 2, which would tie things up after a third of the way through this contest.
Yeah, definitely holding 2. I think we might see a fairly wide attempt at counting here from Ali. Doesn't want to touch the jack.
Well, he's not a mile away if he's got the weight. Has he got the weight?
Don't think he's quite there. He was hitting the centre line anyway.
So it is 2. Scores are level after 5. Got a game on our hands and none the wiser as to who this Australian Open Men's Fours title will go to. Not one person on this rink has a Fours title to their name at the AO. So it's a little bit of firsts.
It'll be a while since that's happened too, I reckon.
I mean, generally you do have one. Even the women's Fours this morning, I think all but one of them had won a Fours title. Last year's men's Fours, Ben Twist was out there. He'd won one before. Carl Healy as well.
At the risk of opening up an old wound, perhaps it was the final we played against Kurt Brown and his rink. That might have been the last time it happened.
What year was that?
Well, too many moons ago now.
One day, Matty.
2018, 19, something like that. Full head of hair.
Wayne Turley. been there and done that at international level. Com Games, gold and silver medal. Hard to believe Melbourne 2006 was 19 years ago.
Well, I'm pretty sure if Jake Rinn was on the mat, he would have come off the mat then. But Nugget, horns going off in the background. Just went and drew a shot.
Always a bit of road rage going around.
Sliding through Ollie there.
Breeze and temperature dropping. Sun just going behind some clouds, which may change the conditions of the rink out there. Not for Nugget.
Nuggets bowls are starting to heat up.
Here is Aaron Wilson, and you've been on international tour with him, been in the Australian squad with him. What makes him so special?
In what manner? he's a special human, that's for sure.
He is.
In terms of
and then he does that.
Yeah, in terms of his game, he's so instinctual. That's the word that comes to mind. You know, I mean, I'm certainly not in that category. I'm far more sort of considered. I don't take a heap of time on the mat, but for this guy, his processes are just so quick. Doesn't give him a chance to second guess himself or anything like that. He's a bit of see ball, get ball, and it's what makes him, you know, as good as he is. And that's not to say that that's the way everybody has to do it. Everybody's different. He's a very calm, very quiet player on the green.
It doesn't say much, does he?
No, not at all.
And Jake Rinn has just made the move to Helensvale a couple of months ago. How's he fitting in at the new club?
Yeah, well, we haven't played any club games yet, so any pennant or Premier League or anything like that. But he's a good young kid, and he's certainly got a heap of talent. And he's managed to play a four-a-side tournament, I think, with a couple of our guys. So yeah, and the reports came back from that were glowing. So yeah, he's a great acquisition for our club, just in his bowls ability. But yeah, I think he's definitely a mature young man now, and yeah, he's probably looking to make a bit of a move on the. Certainly in state circles and even his international career. It's definitely one he's got plenty of potential in that space.
The pedigree's certainly there, and that's been like that for quite a long time. It's been highly touted. Has Ali Forsyth sent it?
I think that's a bit of a could be.
Yeah. It's one where the marker will indicate, yeah, we'll probably measure that after the fact. For Shannon, looking quite jubilant to be out there today. You can see the energy that he possesses, and you can tell that he's really enjoying his time and relishing this opportunity.
He's certainly in the area.
And he's got it.
Yeah, he's hung around for shot there. Gosh, he almost got a little bit unlucky and sort of wriggled away from the jack a little bit, but certainly the shot marker indicating.
Would have been unfortunate if that was the case.
Harley with weight on the forehand.
Oh, wow. Almost got it through. Wow.
That would have been an absolute net cord.
Yep.
Apology if he'd have managed to snag the jack there or even snag the bowl out.
Yeah, but inside you are doing every sort of dance that's ever been invented. The tango, the waltz, the boogie, whatever.
That's, I think it was it a Vunkovic tennis player?
Yeah.
I remember it might have been a final against Maria Sharapova, and she caught a little neck cord, got a bit lucky, apologised, but then on the turnaround turned it into a little fist pump. She might have forgot there was about 15,000 cameras on her at that stage.
Yeah, and it's never a good look when you do it.
So he's got a bit of the jack here.
So what has this created? Because it's gone out towards the Oliver Morrison back bowl.
2 and possibly 3. It is a 3.
Wow.
There was certainly no celebrating about that either. I think Thor was just really trying to draw another shot, and
could have done the Ivanovic and
he could have.
Sorry, and then
A lot of energy from Thor. As we said earlier, he's even given a bit of encouragement for the jack rolls as well, so certainly up and about for it. And why wouldn't you be?
Thanks, Slattery Wall. What a shot here, bro. Up, all you got, mate. Up, all you got, mate. Great track.
so Olivia Cartwright fighting back hard against Dawn Heyman, was down 8-14. It's now 15-11 in the women's singles. Is there another twist in that tail? Corey Wedlock and Gary Kelly took home the men's pairs, their maiden pairs title at the event. Probably the first time since 2019 where that final hasn't been a final bowl thriller or a final end thriller.
There's been a few, hasn't there?
Yeah, Cody Packer and Maddie Johnston, 2021, 22 and 3. Aaron Twist and Ben Twist, sorry. Wow, it's been a long fortnight. Aaron Wilson, Ben Twist. There we go.
It's a bit of a twister.
My word. How am I going? And then last year, Jack McShane and Joey Clark. Got those names out all right?
You know what, I was really impressed with your pronunciation of the Malaysian. Well, I shouldn't say I was impressed because I wouldn't be able to do it myself, so I don't even know if you got it right or not.
No, I confirmed with their coach, Eddie, that was how to say it. I pride myself on pronunciations, and I hate getting them wrong. Yet I get the names that you shouldn't get wrong. Such as Aaron Twist and Ben Wilson. Oh, wow. Called Karen Murphy Brett Spur at BPL 21 in February.
Well, that's probably a bit unforgivable, that one.
Yeah, when you're doing the days, it becomes susceptible. But we keep going. Shorningham. I think we've got the scoreboard wrong here at the moment. It is an 8-5 lead to Thor Shannon.
We're on N7, so we've played 6, is that right?
Yep. So we'll get that fixed up.
Shorningham on the forehand. He's just got to reach. And he's got the jack.
I'll tell you what, he is, for this Peach team, he has been the best player so far. He's not missing a beat, Shorningham. and affectionately known as Nugget. And Jake Rinn.
Just going through.
His line was excellent.
Disco basically already played the bowl before Ali's finished the call. He just knows what's going on, and like I said, he's processing that info so quickly.
Because he watches so intently where bowls land.
He's already got it mapped out, hasn't he, in his
Yep.
head? And
So look, he's behind Jake Rinn. See the eye contact that Disco has. He's already analysing what's happening at the head. He's just constantly watching, thinking about where things can go, what he can do with his next bowl. And look at the eye contact here from Disco as Jake's about to get onto the mat. He's not looking at Jake's rolling. He's looking at where that bowl is going and where is it going.
just going to get caught up on the front, I think. His weight was impeccable then. That was a touch of weight.
Probably the longest Disco's taken on the mat.
Little reset, yep.
Little short, and he won't like that by his lofty standards.
I don't know whether it might have been just a little bit of movement behind the rink or something like that, just to get into reset, and he certainly doesn't want to take a heap of time behind the mat or anything like that, does he? So far more consideration given by Thor. Was bound to do it once. Looks like he's got really good speed.
As he held,
He's just touched the front, but look, if he missed that bowl, he was going to get it anyway, I'd say.
oh, it was on for all money. He had the perfect weight for what he was playing. And
Yeah,
for Shannon,
those little faint touches, I mean, you can still celebrate those, especially when you were. He's probably done himself out of a shot. He was probably going to get the jack with the weight he had and made it two. So, if anything, slightly unfortunate just to touch it.
so they're in a slightly precarious position. Won multiple ends in a row once. Have the Forsyth combination. The Shannon combination haven't yet. They're currently holding with an opportunity to do it. Lead by 3. Things looking promising as we near the halfway point of this men's fours final of the 2025 Australian Open.
Thinks he's closer. Just wants a touch of the jack, but he's just outside of Nuggy's bowl.
Mighty effort. Mighty effort. But it's still going to have to be a save here for Ali Forsyth.
I think he's a chance.
And he's going to drop.
Just going to turn into the front. His weight was good enough.
Consecutive ends, Matt Lucas to the Shannon combination. They lead at 9 shots to 5 after 7. As we near the halfway point, and I can tell you that Dawn Heyman was up 16-11 against Olivia Cartwright and has netted a full count of 4. 20-11, one shot away from glory for Dawn Heyman. The emotion after she beat Kelsey Cottrell in the quarterfinals was there for all to see. Then against Ziti Zalina Ahmad in the semi, she dropped a very tricky 4, which could have been her undoing. But Dawn Heyman, the calling has been there for many years that she'd win this title. She might just do it now. And Adam Wallace, he's leading brilliantly.
Mate. Nowhere near it. Nowhere near it.
We don't need to do any commentary for that one, do
No.
we?
And he's just gone behind the rink just to take a little breather. But his first one was so good. Don't be so harsh on yourself, Adam.
Yeah, it's quite easy to be tentative at that second one when you've played such a good bowl. You're just thinking, I want my opponents to spend bowls trying to get that off. I don't want to actually, pop the jack myself and make it easier for them. Ollie making sure he goes past. It's a thumbs up from Thorpe.
Shorningham has produced a lot of brilliant bowls so far in this match. They'll need a couple more. He's not far away, but he's going to drift underneath. He had good weight. His weight was perfect.
Ollie's playing this well. He just doesn't want to frame it up.
He's done well. He's done really well.
It's a good shot. It sort of just makes it a fraction easier for Sean. He can sort of wriggle off the front bowl now. You didn't need the front bowl at all when you can just land the shot bowl like that for the shot.
He knows these greens well, and he's utilising that knowledge.
Jake's trying to trail a jack here, and he's got it. He's got it.
And made
Turn that
two.
one over. It's a fine shot.
Yep. Resting toucher for Disco.
Might be carrying a little bit too much weight for a resting toucher, but
Nice
with his
home.
next one.
Nice home. Great side up. His line. Again, I've noticed that from all 8, the line has been perfect. And if they haven't nailed that, they've nailed the weight. It's been a high quality final.
Urging this to run.
So I can tell you that Dawn Heyman is holding game Olivia Cartwright, her last bowl of the 18th end as Disco sends this one down.
Yeah, his speed's a little bit better here. Just got to finish off.
He is in for shot, we think. It's close. And Dawn Heyman is your 2025 Australian Open Women's Singles Champion. Thoroughly deserved. The monkey is off the back. You can tell that she's very close to tears.
Well, I think she might be having a few tears now. She's pulled the cap down over her face.
She's done it.
Sorry guys,
And
let me see the peg. Sorry guys, let me see the peg.
a wonderful, wonderful story.
Thank you.
Thor was asking the guys to just hop off the peg so we can use that as a reference point. There's not a heap of room at the back of the rink there, particularly with the cameras and the default cameras behind the head. So as much as you might want to see the peg, sometimes there's nowhere to move really. So Ellie's first attempt at this offline jack. Looks pretty good from here. Speed looks really good. That's a great shot.
Desperately needed as well.
Oh, with a little bit more on this last bowl, but managed to crash into the front.
So the free kick for Ali Forsyth. What are you favouring here?
Disco's looking, he thinks he's got two.
So an opportunity to get back within one shot here in this men's fours final. And I can safely say the crowd is about to flock here because the women's singles is over. The presentations will take place for the men's pairs as well. And in about 15 minutes, we are going to see an abundance of people in these grandstands. Last match going.
I'm not sure if Ellie's around that front, he's going to take the measure out of it anyway. If he'd have hit fresh air there, I think he might have been drawing in for his third.
So either way, it is two. They're back on the board. We've moved over the halfway point. And it is 9-7 in favour of Adam Wallace, Oliver Morrison, Jake Rinn and Thor Shannon. $15 ends is what we're playing to. Sun peeking behind the clouds now. So it's overcast. The conditions may slow down. Who will adapt? Who will take home the victory? It's poised so tightly last year in the men's fours final between Sean Baker, Ben Twist, Jack McShane and Joey Clark, and Ray Pearce, Peter Taylor, Gary Kelly and Carl Healy. There were only 2 multiples scored across the entire match. Here, we've already seen 6 of them. It's quite incredible.
A lovely start from Turles.
Pretty much runs the show down at Club Tweed as Wayne Turley.
Does he ever? He is the man down there.
It's such a great club down there as well. 4 outdoor greens, 1 indoor. We'll be there in August for the Australian Indoor Championships.
Yeah, it's a monster club, isn't it? There's a few little nooks and crannies that you can sort of find a little bit of add-on here and add-on there, but...
They got their own butcher, bakery.
Yeah, underneath.
Travel agency there.
Yep.
Unbelievable. They got fish in the pond outside. I was amazed when I saw those.
Well, they got a big fish when they landed Turles there. He's a great operator and equally as good here on the draw. It's not a bad little sit here for Wold to play a couple of feet. He's played really good weight at that. He's certainly getting a thumbs up from Thor for that effort. Right in the game there.
Love the colour of those arrows as well.
Green and yellow or yellow and green?
They're yellow and black. Oh no, they are green.
Oh, they're a dark green, yeah.
I still do like them. Would have liked them a bit better if it was black, but how bad's my eyesight today?
It's a very dark green.
Oh, green and gold can never go wrong either. You have worn it at the highest level.
Yeah, not sure who I had bluffed there, but
Well and truly deserved, mate. You're too humble, Matt.
I wasn't fishing for compliments, mate.
That's why I give them to you. When you don't fish, I give. When you fish, I stay reserved.
Still trying to creep up there. We're getting to that stage now where this grass will start standing up, looking for that last bit of sunlight. So the pace will just drop for the next 2 or 3 ends. A very good effort there from Ollie.
And he's the only one that's managed to get bowls past the jack here. What's Aaron Wilson got?
Yeah, he needs to hit the hole. I don't think he can afford to touch a bowl. He's going to count. Still a foot and a half to 2 feet short there. But it does count, and that's 2 to Ali Forsyth's rink. Jake Ryn trying to arrest that now. Just coming up short.
1 metre to the jack. 1 metre to the jack.
Like there was a little bit more effort from Disco in this attempt. Corner of Turles' bowl and then gets to the tee.
Oh, it's right on the tee as well.
Almost counts.
It's very close, Matt.
Yeah, Jake Ryn's bowl might just be third and Disco's last one fourth now. Jake Ryn still looking for that metre. Unfortunately, just crashing into the front. His line was actually really good there if he just had that extra 2 or 3 feet on his last bowl.
So Ali Forsyth, they haven't led at all in this contest. They've been even on 2 occasions, but they have never seen the lead. We're in end number 9 of 15. They'll want to try and find it soon.
Looks like he's got pretty good speed here as well. He's just going to crash on nuggies, but he got it into the count, so that's 3. Only 3 bowls past the jack. It just it just happens really quickly here, these greens. As soon as they decide to stand up, the grass stands up almost instantaneously. So it shouldn't take their players too long to sort of figure it out. They've all pretty experienced on these greens on the Gold Coast and here at Broadbeach. So it'll be an end or two just to feel the difference. And unfortunately, when you're trying to be perfect, as Thor is here, it's quite often that you're coming up short.
And the sun is pretty much, it's trying to peek through, but the cloud cover is quite extensive at the moment. And breeze picking up, light fading, conditions are going to slow down. Who is it going to suit? Of course, last year we played the final under artificial light.
Yeah, perhaps a few of those matches today just getting away a little bit earlier. We're probably, almost an hour ahead of schedule here.
Yeah, there were a lot of clashes last year. Joey and Jack had to play the pairs final and presentations and whatnot. So.
Yeah. So as much as Ali wants to add here, he doesn't want to create an easier shot for Thor. So if he can negotiate the pack, no, he's going to dive into it.
So what's Thor doing here?
So this is just a forehand draw shot. Looking to get basically between the two green and gold bowls. Looks like a better line.
And the weight's not bad.
He's asking it to get down. Oh, and he sat it through far enough for shot.
And he has made it.
Wowee.
That is some sort of a save. Down 4, down the lead. And Thor Shannon extends the advantage, Matt Lucas, to 3 shots. There's 6 ends to play. They lead at 10-7.
Yeah, I think Thor might have got a little bit fortunate there. I'm pretty sure he was just trying to draw that shot. No doubt he was trying to correct on his last bowl, but either side of that bowl, and he's doing the 3. So I think the fellas in Peach will feel a little bit hard done by there, but they can't change it now. And when you've got no right to reply, you've just got to cop that one on the chin and back up the next end.
Just 3 shots the difference. But they've held the advantage throughout the entirety of this match. Only after 2 ends have we even been tied. Other than that, it's been Adam Wallace, Oliver Morrison, Jake Rinn and Thor Shannon that have held the lead.
Another bit of chalk for Wayne Turley.
Might need a new spray bottle. Just jump into the marquee tent. Adam Wallace.
Not happy with himself with that attempt.
Just see in the background there that he left Oliver Morrison hanging. You can see that he got the high five in the end.
Tells that perfect weight again there.
So that was, or is coming up for Oliver Morrison. It's a decisive delivery. And Matthew, I believe you you know a little bit of something about a decisive delivery. Isn't that your coaching business?
It is indeed. That's a nice little segue, wasn't it? Well played again. Good shot
And
there
it was a
from Molly.
decisive delivery. Tell us about your decisive deliveries, though.
Yeah, right. So I started my coaching business, my own coaching business at the start of the year. So January launched it, and offering a few different sort of aspects and some group stuff and one-on-ones, but probably the main difference is a lot of video analysis stuff as well. So yeah, using an app called Coach Now, and it's got a biomechanics tool in it, and some telestrating and commentary over the top. And yeah, it's so in the space of sort of 6 months, I've been able to do 50 or 60 of those videos alone, and lots of sort of standard one-on-one sessions with players, and quite a few group clinics. So yeah, really enjoying it, and it's probably been busier than I expected to be fair, which is a great result so far. But yeah, it's interesting that it's something I've never really thought I'd get into, and then once I started doing it, I found that I actually really enjoy this. Watching some light bulbs go on and pennies drop, that's I get a bit of a kick out of that. So yeah, it's been very enjoyable thus far.
Oh, it's fantastic, mate. So decisivedeliveries.com.
Yeah,
is that where we can reach you?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of people have probably got my Facebook as well, so I've got a Facebook page for Decisive Deliveries, and and on the web. And another good shot going in there. Jake Wren holding 2 now by the looks of it.
And if you want to take your game to the next level, Matt Lucas, find Decisive Deliveries, decisivedeliveries.com, or on Facebook as well. Speaking of decisive deliveries, Aaron Wilson.
Any touch of the jack as well.
Was massive. So it's up to the skips again.
He's a little bit lonely, that peach bowl there. Wayne Turley's. I find that Tor just wants to play this bowl out. Try and create a little bit of pressure on the draw here for Ali. Lining up on the backhand. Perhaps trying to touch the jack rather than land the bowl out with that weight. He did just touch the bowl.
And a little fist pump as well from Thor Shannon. He knows that they are well and truly entrenched in this. They were not the favourites, and I don't think they'd mind me saying that because of who they're up against. But this man has been in the top 5, and I think possibly been at the top of the national player rankings, Thor Shannon. Ali Forsyth with it all to do now. Down 2 at the head, down 10-7 on the master board.
He's sort of been boxed into just playing a draw shot here, I think. Just a bit light on in the head with, Towles' bowl there. Smidgen high. He's getting caught on those bowls. His weight was beautiful though. The blue team now just discussing how do they make this better. A little side toucher, Thor says, brings the other one in. Make a 4. real easy. It's not real easy for Ali here at the moment anyway, so not sure I'll be trying to change this too much, but again, Thor's going to play his shot, that's for sure.
So the blue line gets the tee.
Well, we've come to know with Thor Shannon, expect the unexpected.
Back if it doesn't get there.
Thor talking about covering the tee, but I'm not sure Ali's going to be playing much weight at that end. Well, he's might have got the tee. It's hard to see from the camera angles, but if he's going to play weight, Turles must have third and fourth shot, I think. Not playing a heap of weight anyway. Is it to move down? Oh, he's chipped one of the balls off.
What an effort. So it's 1 to Team Blue, and they continue to extend this buffer. And, well, Matt Lucas, they've won 4 of the last 5 ends now. And things are starting to get a little bit ugly if your names are Ali Forsyth, Sean Ingham, Wayne Turley and Aaron Wilson. Things can flip on a dime.
Bit of artificial light starting to take effect. You can see the lights on in the background there.
And it's that N9 where Wayne Turley led superbly. Ali Forsyth was holding 4 and Thor Shannon was able to save it. Well, that could be the telling end in this contest.
It's the difference at the moment, isn't it? You know, a 5-shot swing.
Well, because they were down on a live scoreboard for the first time in the match, and all of a sudden the lead extends out to 3. You just feel as though they have the answers. But it can change very quickly, especially in an Australian Open final. Extra end, maybe. You never know.
Good steady, pal. Good steady, pal. Lovely leading, buddy. Lovely leading, buddy. Sensational wall. Sensational wall.
Well, they're 2 of Wall's best. He has played quite a few good draw shots. He's been a little bit one on or one short, and this time he's just doubled up. Oh.
And that's why it was good leading. We didn't need any commentary from that because Thor Shannon gave it to us.
So it was a bit unfortunate there to get the jack, put it right on Wall's bowl. The silver lining is that he's got a toucher and he's got the deepest at the moment.
Temperature dropping, wind picking up. How will these players adapt?
Ingham asking this to hold.
Well, Sean Ingham, his last couple of ends just haven't been there, and definitely not what he was putting together in the first 6 or 7. The lead battle between Wayne Turley and Adam Wallace has been fascinating, hasn't it?
Yeah, Tells is, I think, so Ali's team's been trying to play that shorter length, and I know from experience that Tells is usually dynamite on that short minimum length. Shorningham now. Looking for a little bit extra on his last. Wants it to turn. Wants it to turn. Oh, what a great shot that is.
It's like he heard me
brilliant.
And said, no, I'm still there. Don't you worry. Sean Ingham, that is brilliant. What a shot.
That's big weight here, straight away. Really decisive, pardon the pun, call there from Thor. Oh.
Well, they've got the tee.
They do have that. Well, he had the tee before that.
Yeah, it's true.
It just wasn't that close.
They've really got the tee.
Yeah. This is a huge ball from Disco. And count and get in the way.
I think he has. No, well, he's counted, but
No, I think he might be.
Yeah.
Might be fourth shot. Hasn't quite beat Wild's nearest. Green back on the draw now.
one of the hardest things to do, go from drive to draw.
He's just going to slide past Disco's bowl. Probably expect a little correction here from Disco, even if he gets to Shawningham's wide bowl. I'm going to say that's in. Pretty good view from the side on here, and I'm sure that's 3. Yep.
Yep. Wendy Clark obliging.
She's got a better angle than I do.
She might have just heard Matt Lucas and said, no, I'll agree with him. So 11-7. As it stands, it would be 11-10 if Thor Shannon can't do anything about it. And this is where Ali Forsyth has really made a name for himself, playing these big bowls and these bombs. He's going to have to do so at one point to get this team back into it. They're down by 4, have not led yet.
Phil's right in the area. Oh, that's an exceptional bowl. Probably couldn't have asked for much more than that, other than maybe just sort of cornering a bowl and wriggling around for the shot. But I mean, that's a pretty big save.
He's played some really telling bowls so far, hasn't he? So impressive, Thor Shannon. And now it's time for Ali Forsyth, his first delivery of this 11th exchange.
Some really good language there from Disco, sort of putting it in Ali's head that this is a big moment, and as you alluded to, Ali lives for the moment really. So he's sharpening his focus here to try and get this bowl and land it on the forehand. Well, all 3 of them are very interested straight away.
So good sider.
He hasn't got the shot, no, but he has promoted a bowl and got his own bowl up. So he could potentially have...
So you're saying possibly clear Thor Shannon's bowl to make a number?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that was the shot he was just trying to play then. Sort of get Thor's bowl about 4 or 5 rolls and make a 3 or 4. It could be, Thor's bowl could be only 1 in 6 here, so it's a big bowl as well. can see Jake Rin standing jack high, giving Thor a guide of where he wants him to finish. Asking him to hold. If he passes Nuggets first bowl, oh, he hasn't. He's turned that in as well. So this is nearly 1 in 7 bowls, this blue bowl, and if Ali can see any portion of it, he will be trying to get it.
Well, this is what he's made for. His weighted shot is one of the best out there.
Well, he's definitely got a shot on. You can see that down the line view. Backhand for the corner of the bowl. This is huge.
Always close is Ali Forsyth. Can he be on the money?
Oh, the body language isn't great.
And he skewed it. They still take 1, but they needed more. 11 shots to 8. 4 ends to play. They have not let it all, this Forsyth team. Thor, Shannon and co have been able to defend valiantly.
I dare say this stage of the match, if he was able to remove that 4 bowl, he would have ripped the roof off.
Yep.
Absolutely. That's a real opportunity gone missed there.
Because numbers in 4s, they don't often present themselves.
A real chance for him to sort of get up and going as well. Ali sort of hasn't had a lot of heads that have laid nice for him quite like that to really have a big impact, and we all know he's such an impact player. If he can present those chances, he'll take advantage most of the time.
So this is the longest we've seen. This is tee to tee. And I like this. I like the change because 4 of the last 5 ends before the previous one had gone the way of Thor Shannon. So they've changed this drastically. Let's see what Adam Wallace can reply with.
Yeah, that's a pretty good start from Turles to change up, and again, you know, the green slowing up. So Bowl might have fallen victim to that.
Is this the inspired tactic that can change the course of this final? Tracking well is Turles. And he's going to be in for 2.
Yeah, just taking up some real estate in front of the jack there. Yeah, this one just has to reach from wall.
Has he reached?
He's reached and just under the line a little bit, but much better attempt.
Well, Shorningham knows how to play these greens when it gets dark. He works here, he plays here. He's won Australian titles here.
Only trying to hunt down the backhand side. He's played pretty good weight, and if he hits fresh air, he might even draw the shot. No, he's just fallen short. That second shot. Shorningham starting to stalk this one a little bit more. I think he fancies his weight here. And his line.
He's around.
Oh, he's played a very good shot.
So they're holding 2. And Oliver Morrison steps to the mat for his final bowl of this 12th end. His fours final, heating up nicely.
He doesn't like it. But if he manages to keep his bowl on, it'll have some value. You can almost see the cogs ticking with Thor before he played that bowl or called that shot then.
Did he call it a toucher? I think I heard him say something.
Yeah, I think he said he could draw past Nuggets bowl and actually still get a shot, but it was almost like he was considering the forehand run shot. As we see Disco's bowl just hanging on, stays on the green. That's another very valuable bowl back there. Yeah, this is a shot that I thought he might have called Ollie on with his second bowl.
So you can see Aaron Wilson, the focus of what the bowl and what the rink is doing. Jake Rinn is watching this intently.
Just sliding under. He's promoted. Another one into the head.
So this is currently sitting at 3.
That's 3, and it's actually not the easiest to just go ahead and hit that with any real surety, I don't think.
These are the moments that Aaron Wilson gobbles up. He wants to
just needs
put
to
in these bowls.
A bit more, and he's going to count. Yep.
That's a great spot too.
Yeah, now I think it's about reducing for Thor. He's saying go big, pick your weight, go big and reduce this.
The young man, Jake Rinn.
He's asking this to turn a bit. He's got there.
Oh, wow.
He's got the only bowl in the head through the jack. Goodness me.
Wow.
Certainly no celebrations again.
No.
Identifying that was a very, very fortunate result.
That is as fortunate as it gets. And Ali Forsyth, you can just see the air of frustration. Because it's happened a couple of times already. But when bowls take it the weight, bowls can also giveth.
It's got to be really tough here mentally to park all that result, go and draw the shot. Needs to stop. Oh, he's just fallen in.
Just going to have one more crack at it. And if Thor draws something close, it'll give Ali something to play to. Again, asking for the peg to be visible. Straightens his mat. Thinks about the process and what he's going to do.
I think Thor looks pretty good here. Oh, that's really twisting a knife. But you've got to do it.
You do. Ali Forsyth. This is massive. 3 ends to play after this. They don't want to have to chase anymore.
He's still watching it.
It's got to turn. It's got to turn.
He needs it to stop now for second shot, and he's just fallen in again.
And this, Thor knows it too. Sigh, a massive breath. this can extend the margin to 6 shots with just 3 ends remaining. He's trotting in behind. And they're clapping it in already. 3 it is. Disco had sort of kicked it away before it even stopped because he knew where it was stopping. And it is alarm bells and danger signs for Team Peach.
Yeah, I think you just got to recognise that there was, you know, a little bit of fortune with Jake's bowl to make that happen, and you know they're certainly not supposed to be celebrating too hard in that result, but yeah, Thorstall played 2 good draw shots as well. It's a hard thing sometimes when you get a bit of luck. You can't go and not play a draw shot. You know, you've got to just take the advantage because. You know, the next end it might come back to bite you.
And it's not your fault that you got the lucky results. It's just the bowls gods.
What a start, Wahal. What a start, Ledge.
And the T2T was working so well for the Forsyth combination. They've got to put it behind them now.
Well, certainly not dead in the water, the boys in Peach.
But
close enough.
The most they've scored in this match is a 2.
Yeah, I think they've had some opportunities as well, so they just got to try and create another chance, and you stay in the game long enough, take it deep enough, you never know, you might be Michael Bevan and hit 4 off the last ball to win.
All you have to do is be within 8. You ever scored an 8-pin?
I have scored a couple, but I can only remember the ones I've dropped.
And Adam Wallace, he has led absolutely brilliantly. It's all about how you can lead, and he's done it so well. It's been a fascinating battle between him and Wayne Turley.
Turles is just trying to make sure he gets past here, I think. He has done that, just probably not in the greatest position there. Yeah, Thor asking for that little toucher. That's jack and bowl target there still, and I'm pretty sure if you're giving Nugget or Disco an opportunity to swallow the jack up there with some weight, they're probably going to get it within 4 bowls. So there's the old tidy up shot.
Love that intent, drop a tad off, touch the jack to there. Ollie, I'm going to chase this if I was you, pal. Ollie, hold! Ollie! What a shot, pal!
Oliver Morrison.
Yeah, that's a super shot. It's taken away that target.
He's only 17 years of age.
You see that? Nuggets just a bowl too late there. That bowl might have been the one that trailed the jack around the corner. Only 17.
Date of birth listed on Bowls Link, 6th of March 2008. It's crazy.
Yeah, mate. Top shot here, pal. Thanks, Jakey.
Jake Ryan also extremely young.
You've been playing for a long time though.
Yep. And they are starting to tighten the screws.
Well, this is actually one of the best ends they've played for the game.
Especially the fact that after they've just nailed a 3.
Same again. No
Disco
targets.
not happy with it.
Please. Yeah, thank you.
Only 4 or 5 here.
Unwind. Good. Holes. Happy.
This could be as much as 6.
Take that, you're sharp. That's Jack Eye.
Which could almost finish it within the next couple of ends. But still, you've got Disco and Ali Forsyth to come. You would back them to achieve something. Disco on the trot, he doesn't mind it.
March after it.
When Disco does this, you know that he likes it. Oh,
Could be close for second shot, I think.
well, they needed something in there, and they've got it. 1 indicated by Wendy Clark. Doesn't get any more crucial now than these next 2 deliveries for Ali Forsyth. Feel like they need something 3 or more.
Well, it's a brave man to try and play some weight at this head.
Are they thinking about it? What are the possibilities here? I think Aaron Wilson has sent his instructions.
Didn't
Ali-
quite hear what it was, but they might be trying to get the jack over the, or the bowl over the jack, perhaps, but I think this is a backhand draw shot, flopping off the jack high bowl. He's going to play some weight. Bowl's on its way. Not a heap of interest.
Oh, wow.
Three and a look.
I don't think Ali can believe it. Just when you thought that the result might go their way, it's pinballed off Oliver Morrison's bowl and back into the grasp of Team Blue.
I'm not sure if we'll see a replay of that, but I don't know if did it actually get onto Thor's bowl.
I might have
I
actually.
think it's hit Thor's bowl.
Sorry, yes. You are right. And then it came back in, yes.
Yep.
Apologies. And
Just thinking that, Thor was almost apologising for putting it there.
well, it's been that sort of a day for Ali Forsyth. And they need to try and make a number. And they only have one bowl relatively close.
And that's only one bowl in there, really,
Yep.
too.
They don't have the tee.
It looks like he wants to play on his backhand to try and land the shot bowl or just get to the jack. Not as much weight as he played on his last bowl.
Try and stay for one.
Yeah.
And if they can, then get back on the board and reset for the penultimate end.
They do have Ali's bowl still live at the back of the rink. Might be a bit hard to see with boys' shoes there, but it's Nugget standing basically right on top of it. So he can somehow get the jack out to the side of the rink here. That could come into play. Again, there's not a heap of interest.
Ali
They're
Forsyth.
asking it to turn now, though.
Now he's close. I think he's done
He's
it.
got the shot. What a shot that is.
Ridiculously good from Ali Forsyth. And they unclench their fists a little bit. They're so relieved now. I don't think they were breathing when that bowl was coming down. They were just looking completely clenched. And this just tightens up a tiny fraction. 5 shots to rectify in 2 ends. Have a look at this on replay.
Oh, that's just a brilliant shot. Perfectly weighted bowl to bring all those modes in. See, there wasn't a heap of interest from the boys. I think they would maybe resigning to the fact that the bowls gods weren't on their side, you know. But
T to T it'll be, I reckon. Can Turles keep this jack on?
yeah, he's definitely kept it on.
You bet.
He's got it up far enough. Just about.
No, that's almost spot on from Wayne Turley. Last time in this direction, it was a fortunate result. They were holding about 3 or 4, and Jake Rinn got something that I think you would only dream of in a Tats Lotto ticket.
Tell's just a couple of feet short there. And Ball's last attempt down this way, T to T, I think he thundered his thigh, and see if he's learned a lesson out of that.
Doesn't want to overcorrect though.
I think he's gone to school on the last end he played here, because this looks pretty good.
Adam Wallace.
It looks really good.
And the fist pump is there as well. He knows how important that is. He's leading against the Com Games gold medalist and winning.
Yeah. That's a professional shot there from Turles.
And that's why he's a Com Games gold medalist. They need a multiple. It's as simple as that. They lose this end, and it could be curtains.
Ball's trotting after this one. He's not a mile away. Nugget on the forehand. Playing a yard is the call. Not sure he's quite hanging on. He did hang on for it. Oh, that's a bomb.
That is a massive bowl from Shawningham.
Drawing off a front or a back toucher like that, this stage of the game.
Otherworldly. Oliver Morrison at 17 years of age has performed so well in this final.
He was down a fantastic line there. Just coming up a couple of feet short.
So currently 2 for the Forsyth combination. Shawningham, can he do it again?
Shawningham having to change hands here. Waste a heap of time. He's managed to just keep that on at the back of the rink.
That's going to be a good home.
You never know.
Oliver Morrison has performed well beyond his years. Born in Tasmania.
He's asking this to hold, and he's definitely around the front. He might have drawn the shot.
He has, I
Good
think.
grief.
He has drawn the shot.
That is a fantastic shot. There is a nice forehand shot, though, that opens up for Disco.
He knows it.
He already knew that before the bowl came to rest. He was almost playing it before the bowl came to rest.
Well, these moments are made for this man.
He's touched Nuggets bowl behind the jack.
Well, I think they've got one now.
Not sure. Question asked, what are they going to be doing? So, Jake Rinn already thinking about a positional bowl. He's not thinking about trying to get the shot here.
He said it's not short, or he doesn't want it to be short anyway.
I think he's going to be okay.
Is it going to stay on at the back? Yes, it is. All right, Aaron Wilson. His penultimate end.
There you go. Landing the bowl, make a 3. So he's got to just miss around the front bowl of Walls. He's starting to stalk it. Wants it to hold, he says. Oh, he's just thundered into that front bowl of Walls.
So all to play for Jake Rinn here. They're going to have a look at this. But this could be the telling end. A multiple for Team Forsyth, and it's game back on. But if not, the difficulty level of rectifying this deficit, well, it'll be at its highest ebb. They won their first match of the knockout rounds by a solitary shot. Since then, no one has gotten within 6. And this young man, the super sub, came in for the quarterfinals, subbing in for Josh Walker-Davis. And he has been a more than reliable asset, Jake Rinn. What's the play now, Matt Lucas?
Well, I don't think there's a 3 on the cards anymore for Ali. I think he's got to make sure he shores up the shot. They're still undecided on who's got the shot. And Tells has done a bit of a finger measure there, but sort of a bit half committal about it, if that's a thing. I think he's just got to try and draw. If he draws the shot and manages a front toucher, he's going to make 2, and that'll put him close enough.
Yep. And then he's still got one more after that.
Yeah. I think even if they're scoring a 2 this end, and puts them within 3 of forcing an extra end.
That's all they need. You've only got to tie it, because then you can go to a one-end shootout. His last bowl of the last end was a bomb. Ali Forsyth.
Still running.
Oh, wow.
Quite. Thor was thinking about trying to use the edge of that bowl from Ellie.
So we will chat to the champions after the match. Still yet to be determined who that is going to be.
Put your foot where you want it. Put your foot where you want it.
They're opting for a positional bowl in the end.
And it is a positional bowl. So what can Ali Forsyth do?
It's very interesting that looks like Disco might have even been considering trying to play a Ali Forsyth forehand drive at one of the front bowls, but I think they're looking more back towards a backhand toucher, and I think that's the right play. In an absolutely perfect world, Ali might be able to get to Ollie's bowl and then flop backwards on the jack and potentially make a four.
Wouldn't that be something?
Well, that's absolutely perfect world scenario, but I think at the end of the day, he'd be happy if he was to draw another one here and shore up 2 shots.
If they can get 2, 3 is within the realms of possibility. 4 is difficult. I think Ali knows that this is the biggest bowl of his tournament.
He played a magic bowl last end with his last bowl. Can you replicate that here? Out. He must have liked it out of his hand. He took a few steps up the green.
They're all watching.
Having a look at it. He's under the front. Wants it to hurry. Oh, he's just feathered the front.
That was close.
Gosh, he had perfect weight.
Small little finger measure there.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to get a read doing that, but I'm not sure Thor's going to be trying too hard here. You'd probably be pretty happy to just drop a 1 or get a 1 here. I mean, you'd hate to be able to turn that bowl over the jack for
2 down.
Yeah. I think this might be a very soft forehand draw.
So they are very close to being crowned champions. He's watching it, Thor Shannon. He's not going to get there. Okay, what is the measure going to see? Umpire straight in. Chocks underneath the bowls. Did we just hear Thor say maybe 1 down? And it was that 9th end where they were 4 down and possibly down, or they were going to be down on the scoreboard, and Thor Shannon managed to save it. To score a 1, a 5-shot turnaround. They're 5 shots in front at the moment. Will it be 6 or will it be 4?
Looks like a pretty conclusive measure there. Just going back to the Shorningham bowl to make sure.
So, 4 shots the difference. 1 end to play. They've won 3 of the last 4 ends, the Ali Forsyth combination, but all singles. They've only scored 3 multiples, and all of them have been 2s. Not 1 4 has been scored. It'll be
Collecting that T to T length again.
maximum length.
Intels hasn't disappointed. Right on the button there.
16 bowls to come. And after this, we might know who it's going to be. We could have an extra end. But Turles has to be on the money.
He looks like he's got pretty good speed. Oh, it's a brilliant start.
That's 1.
Right on the centre line.
A few more of those. And they might be in with a shot. But this man has been brilliant.
He's definitely had a lot of answers. Not quite with that one. Tell's starting to really like this one too.
As Turles done it
reason.
again. That is exquisite leading. Adam Wallace. He has, you're right, he's had the answers. What's his response?
Well, he's definitely there this time.
But is he too quick? Is he too quick?
He's just going to lose it. Yep.
So 1 2 metres short, 1 in the ditch. They're holding 2. Can Shorningham continue this form that he's been in and put in a 3rd, Matt Lucas? Opting for backhand.
Ball's on its way and it's needs to run a little bit, I feel. It is running.
Well, that's 3. And the nerves start to rise. What can the 17-year-old do? Born in 2008. What were you doing in 2008, ladies and gentlemen? And this one is quick too. Is it going to stay
I
up?
think this one will stay potentially.
Has to. Oh my word, look at how close that is.
Shorningham is definitely counting here. Definitely counting.
Well, that's 4.
And just hiding the jack a little bit more on that backhand side. The young fella here, his body language was straight away like he felt like it was quick again.
What he doesn't want to do is knock his own into the ditch. What he doesn't want to do is knock his own into the ditch.
Just underneath that. There's pressure mounting.
And
Aaron
Aaron
in
Wilson
spades.
lives for pressure. Does Aaron Wilson?
I'm not sure Aaron's feeling the pressure here. He's got essentially 4 metres to draw a shot. That's one of those good, not so good ones.
Yep. Well, that's 5. They're holding game.
Yeah, I think it's a nice big target now though, and Jake's going to oblige here.
Yep.
He's going to split and get the jack. Oh my goodness.
And I don't even know what to say.
Well, he's just played that perfectly.
The
That's
super,
a perfect long ball.
the super sub, and Thor Shannon says, "I love you." I think Adam Wallace and Oliver Morrison do too.
Ali's just taking a moment here to actually assess whether or not they can make a 4. How they're going to go about doing that. They're not going to have last bowl either. Might be considering just trying to run this toucher off the rink. Yep.
Jake Rinn wasn't in this team at the start of the tournament.
There you go. Well, we need a bit of disco magic for this to happen.
Missed.
Yeah, mate, yeah, just hold in there, mate.
So anything past the tee here for Jake Rinn is a real win. The way this head is setting up.
So we're going to chat to the
He's done it
winners.
perfectly.
He's done it again. So we're going to chat to the winners after this. It looks very much like it's going to be Team Blue again today. On the main rink, it was also Team Blue, Matt Lucas. Not sure what's happened in the multi-disability, but it's been a blue kind of day.
Ali's just got a Hail Mary here to try and get both of these bowls and potentially the back one as well. But it's just going to leave a heap of room there for Thor.
Can he do it?
And he drops his head.
He's going to have one more crack at it. But if Thor Shannon can put in a difficult one, might spell curtains, although the possibility of a win here looks mightily difficult.
Really, if they were going to be, any sort of fool's chance of getting a 4 here, that bowl had to take a bowl at the very least. So
they were holding 5, but Jake Rinn said, "Not on my watch." Thor has done pretty well there.
Nothing on, mate. Nothing on, mate. Don't even get to touch your out with that. Don't even get to touch your out with that. Know what beats all about.
I think Disco's words were "nothing on," and they could feel it slipping away.
well, we all know this feeling all too well.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not a nice space where you've got to try and perform a minor miracle to keep the game alive. But if you're not even having this conversation, you're doing yourself a disservice, because you just never know.
Yeah. Well, in bowls, it's one of those sports where these things can happen. And Ali Forsyth, well, this is it. If he doesn't make it,
He's just got to absolutely plough and throw the kitchen sink into Thor's last bowl.
he's gone for it. And he actually cleared 2 of them.
That's incredible.
He actually cleared 2 of them, but it is going to be 1 to Team Blue. And with that one, comes a maiden Australian Open title for Adam Wallace, Oliver Morrison, Jake Rinn, the super sub who had the telling blow in the end, and the skip, Thor Shannon. They were never headed. It was only tied twice. And a valiant effort from Ali Forsyth, Wayne Turley, Sean Ingham and Aaron Wilson. We'll hear from the champs very shortly.
Well, that was just an incredible game of lawn bowls. Albeit, a tad anticlimactic in the end, but, even to just give themselves an opportunity on that last end, holding a great 5, and unfortunately Disco's bowl just sort of framing the head a little bit and making a 4 or 5 bowl target for Jake Rinn to run into, and Jake Rinn played it absolutely perfect. Split the bowls and grabbed the jack down into the ditch, and from there it was really a miracle for the Peach Boys to get out of trouble. So fantastic game, and congratulations to Adam Wallace and Ollie Morrison and Jake Rinn, Thor Shannon. I think we've got Val down there shortly, going to have a chat with the newly crowned champs, AO4's finalists. See the sun setting down over the horizon now. Lights in full effect. And the bright lights on the champions here with Val Febo ready to have a chat.
Thanks, Matt. I'm here with the Australian Open Men's Force Champions of 2025. We've got Adam Wallace here, the lead. You led superbly today, my friend, against the Commonwealth Games gold medalist. What was the process like for you today, and what was the key to holding your own against Wayne Turley?
Oh, mate, I'll tell you what, there was plenty of nerves to start with, mate, but you know what you're up against with those 4, so you just got to put them close, listen to what the skipper says, and get them close, and hopefully it all works out at the end, which it did, so it's good.
You seem like you ride a lot out there. You're hard on yourself, but then you're also celebrating. How do you deal with those key moments mentally? Because it is such a big situation for you, an Australian Open title. You must be over the moon.
Oh, I'm absolutely stoked, mate. I did a few years in the military, so that's probably where these accolades should come. But mate, this is bigger than I'm speechless. I've got really nothing to say. I'm just absolutely thrilled. So yeah, thanks. Really appreciate it.
We're thrilled for you. And Oliver Morrison, you're 17, my friend. You shouldn't be doing this stuff. You should be in school, mate. This is unbelievable. What does this mean to you, a maiden AO title?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, really. Didn't think I'd ever be winning one this early, but thanks to Thor, been a great skip. Jakey Rinn, thanks for filling in for us. Adam, it's been amazing to play with you. Just thanks to all the boys.
You're going to go back to school a hero?
Yeah, hopefully.
Well, fingers crossed I've been watching. And look, we got Jakey Rinn here, the super sub. You came in the quarterfinals. You've come in and you played the telling bowl in the final end, my friend. Talk us through the moment and what went through your mind when you nailed it.
Well, I hadn't really played one the whole game yet, so I was due. I was pretty confident on the weight down there. I knew it was going to turn, so it was fortunate we had that buffer. It means that they have to have 4 or 5 bowls around the track, so you're always going to have some sort of a target. So, and we got the right result in there. Probably couldn't have got a better result, really. So you take them when you can get them.
What does an AO title mean to you? Oh,
it's awesome. Every Australian title you get is a special one, and to do it in the circumstances that it's happened, it's one for the storybooks.
Certainly is. And the skip, Thor, you brought the thunder, my friend. If you pardon the pun, but what does this mean to you? You finally got your hands on an AO title.
Pinch me. That's all I'll say. Wow. Yeah. Boys. It's not an individual game. It's definitely a team game. Wow. What amazing performance! Wow, sensational! Young Ollie, played all week with the juniors, mate. What a compliment to them too. And then to have a weapon like this bloke come in, he says he wasn't happy, but I was over the moon with how he just part of the team, and then to do that, he's a man. So I'm just still in awe. I'm still wow. Yeah.
And it was such a tricky game, and there were a couple of ends there where you were down 4. I think it was the 9th end. You're down 4. You managed to save it. How important are bowls like that for you, and to try and get the confidence of your team up?
ask a lot of people, I'm probably too confident, and I just love the challenge. So I love those shots. I love it. The harder it is, the better it is for me.
Well, that's exactly what it was, and you absolutely nailed them today. We've got Thor, Shannon, Jake Rinn, Oliver Morrison and Adam Wallace, the champions of the men's fours at the Australian Open in 2025. Presentation to come shortly. An event of this magnitude would simply not be possible without the generous support of our valued partners, so I would sincerely like to thank Bowls Australia's partners, including Tourism and Events Queensland, Experience Gold Coast, the Australian Sports Commission, Commonwealth Games Australia, the Australian Institute of Sport, Puma, Right at Home, Audica, Drinkwise, Aero Bowls, Titanium Caravans, MacMax, BCIB, the Original Mattress Factory, and our broadcast partners of 7plus, Fox Sports, KO, and Sky Sports New Zealand. The men's fours discipline is one of the most hotly contested events at the Australian Open, so I would sincerely like to congratulate both teams on reaching the decider. So a warm round of applause for both teams today. And I would formally like to invite Bowls Australia President Ian Evans to come forward and make the medal and trophy presentation. And firstly, to the men's fours silver medalists, please congratulate Wayne Turley, Sean Ingham, Aaron Wilson and Ali Forsyth. Congratulations to these four extraordinary gentlemen. And now to the winners of the gold medal, Champions Trophy and $12,000 prize cheque. Please congratulate our men's fours winners, Jake Rinn, Adam Wallace, Oliver Morrison and Thor Shannon. And I'd like to call upon a representative of our gold medal winning fours team to come forward and say a few words.
Yeah, where do we start? First of all, I have to thank my team. Boys, thank you so much. This means the world to me. Thank you so much. Jake, last minute call up, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. To the guys who played, congratulations. It's always hard when there's only one winner. You guys were great. Game was played well. Bowls Australia, what an amazing tournament, and to have this opportunity, it may never come again. So I'll embrace this one opportunity that I had. And the spectators, particularly, all the family members and everyone that stuck by, that was amazing. I think they were the motor to us. They held us together and they kept us strong. So supporters and everyone, thank you so much.
Thank you, Thor, and thank you, players. I hope that you enjoy the remainder of the Australian Open finals stage tomorrow, commencing with the over 60s men's pairs final from 8 a.m. But that concludes our presentation. Have a great night, everybody, and we'll see you all tomorrow.